Madness. This is Jane Bond Art.
Okay, so part 2, perspective of ghost in a shell. So today we'll break all frame type, all camera angles from ghost in a shell. Ghost in the shell. So here we have this main categories of camera angles, and I will go each of them. So point of this video is to show that there is like typical pattern for let's say like classical camera angles, like a visual tropes, you know. So you can learn these perspective types and you can practice it. So you will expand your visual vocabulary, like your artist toolbox. So first kind of camera angle called overhead. So it's when camera, like if we have like, let's say, camera looking down. So it's like 90-degree angle. Like this. So, and typical perspective grid for this kind of camera angle, it's like we have y-axis vanishing point for vertical lines. It's also called nadir. Nadir. So it's a vanishing point where all vertical lines converging. So in this kind of case, it's like when you look directly downwards, or it's camera from helicopter, from airplane, looking directly on a downwards to ground, or maybe it's like satellite shot, photo from satellite. So, and other axis, so it's like if we have this y-axis for vertical, then we have z-axis for depth to look like this, and x-axis for width to look like this. So it's like one point perspective, but without horizon line. Main difference is just here is no horizon line, because when we have classical one point perspective, we're talking about vanishing point for z-axis, and z-axis have vanishing points on the horizon line. In this case, there's no horizon line because we don't have convergence for z-axis, convergence for vertical lines. Let's draw some frame from Ghost in a Shell. So you need to practice, draw at least once, each kind of camera angle, each type of camera angle, each kind of perspective grid. So you will just kind of accustomed to it. It will be your tool. So here, let's say this one I already drew yesterday with a Kusanagi, and this one. So this one is like typical, very typical overhead. So you see like vanishing point in the center. So vanishing point, if we follow these columns, vanishing point is here. And we can see also because water drops, these raindrops, they falling down, they're perpendicular to ground. So they will have this vanishing point in the nadir on y vanishing point.
Madness.
Так. Так. So here's this. And for z and x axis, yes, they a little like turned like this. So you see, we have z axis going like this. It's just parallel lines. Z. And x-axis will be perpendicular to x-axis, to z-axis. So we have this like 90 degree here. So this kind of perspective grid, very simple, with like 1 point perspective. And I put some details like this, columns. Columns here. And there's tail on the floor. Так. So also purpose of the studies, it's to learn process and understand. So you kind of practice this sequence of creating this kind of picture, and you learn to break it down. So it's like you extract perspective grid and you recreate image. So like what I'm doing now, I'm not copying exactly what I see, like copying every line, like millimeter by millimeter. No, I look what is presented here and I place it within my drawing, so I can move it around, and better you make some changes just for practice, just to make sure you're not copying directly. You not copy, but recreate, rebuild. So here we have robot. I just put him little different place. So I make sure it's like if I draw it myself. So I can look according to perspective grid, how to build him. Then here we have a vehicle. I can put vehicles on different place. Maybe two vehicles. like this, and make people. Let's draw people here. So then I can open door for driver. Maybe put some Kusanagi here. Okay. So you see, by having this robot on a different angle, like little different placement, I forced to think what am I drawing, like how should I draw it from different angle, not just copy what I see, but draw it myself. And it's okay even if you draw it like little wrong. It's much better practice because you're more aware of what you're drawing. It's not just lines, but actual thing, you know. Hello, Azariah. So here's some tiles on the ground. So I recommend to do the studies. Like I say, we watch movies, we watch comic books, and kind of you can watch a lot of stuff, and some part of it get into your memory, so you can memorize, you can apply it in your work. It's like it's became example of how you can tell story visually and things like this. But if you draw it at least once, it's much better. It's much better material for you. It's really like go into your memory, and so you will able to use it because you already practiced to using it instead of just observe. Because one thing is just look at stuff, other thing really try it. So, and here I gather these main angle types, which help you to more diversify your frame compositions, so you will not stuck with ideas, kind of like, oh, I don't know what to draw. I'm not sure like what kind of camera angle choose and stuff like that. Or maybe you have like problem with drawing something in a extreme camera angle. So often it's not about drawing something in perspective, it's just about knowing this perspective type. So it's like what kind of perspective grid for this camera angle, what kind of typical like how usually this foreshortening will looks like and stuff like this. So you can, instead of learning some very general principles and trying to figure out how to apply these principles into your drawing, you can actually like borrow composition, you can borrow angle from your favorite artwork. And this is what most of artists do. This kind of professional artists do this stuff. Hello, Tornike. Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm in Taiwan, so it's like 6 morning in Taiwan right now. So I just think we'll do it very early today. I wake up like 4 morning, 4 a.m. So try also to do this analysis of frame, of like frame compositions or frames perspective from your favorite movie. You can just make screenshots, put them in a pure ref, and try also to find like main categories, like main types. It's also help, to see some like a logic connection between frames. So it will be not just like 100 of cool frames, but like 10 main frame type. And there's like actually many way how you can structuralize them. one of, like here, I make this structure, I make this catalog kind of frames from Ghost in the Shell based on a camera angle. So here it's like 10 type of frame. So next type, it's a bird view. Also can call it like a drone view. Drone view. Or helicopter. Etc. So for a bird view, in the most cases, it's like isometry perspective. So it's no vanishing points here in this kind of perspective grid, and also often is not convergence. So sometimes might be some convergence, but usually it's just parallel lines. So if we take y-axis vertical lines, let's say, so if this will be like vertical lines, then this will be for z-axis. This for x-axis. So just kind of isometry. Sometimes y-axis can have convergence like this, but still it's no vanishing point inside frame. Yeah, and if talking about camera angle for bird view, it's kind of like 45, about 45 cam angle. So this is like bird point of view, helicopter, or drone. So let's say this one. So this y-axis, like this. Then x-axis will be kind of this. And z-axis again is kind of like a perpendicular to x. So hardest type of perspective, of course, it's fisheye perspective, because you need to calculate like curved foreshortening, curved diminution. And when you need to draw people in fisheye perspective, it's most complicated for sure. Linear perspective you learn very fast. It's kind of very basic one. It's just you need to spend more time in the particular cases just to see how to apply main principles in an actual case. But with linear perspective, you learn very fast. Fisheye. It's like fisheye, it's kind of tricky perspective because also if you look how other artists draw it, it's interesting balance of making it kind of correct and make it wrong at the same time. So in most cases, no artists don't draw it properly. They just they know how to fake it, kind of. So there's like essential principles in fisheye perspective, but then they twist it a lot, and they make sure a viewer will not notice it. So you kind of like, as an artist, you also need to learn also this thing. It's like, it's not just how to make accurate perspective, but actually how to fake like you make it correct, because it's kind of not practical to make it very correct, because it's like became too boring, too stiff, and take too much time to calculate all this. If we talk about fisheye, with a linear, kind of same, but it's much more easy to make it look convincingly, kind of. So, for example, like if you look Scott Roberts and how to draw, so he kind of have this very precise way of drawing vehicles in perspective. And for illustration and comic book, you don't need to be so precise. You can just eyeball in it, make a lot of approximations, and it will be fine, because the main goal of drawings in a comic book and illustrations is to make effect on a viewer. So it's like you need to maintain dynamism. It should be more important to make it look kind of like dynamic, and like it should have this quality of a passionate artist, like so viewer can see like you really enjoy and have fun like drawing this stuff. So it's not was just like technical drawing when you sit and calculate every proportions. Yeah, Kim Jong-il draw perspective very well, of course, and he is example of what I'm talking about. It's like one thing is like you know it, you practice it, and then on a practical application, you actually not make it exactly correct. So if you will like look closely to Kim Jong-gi drawings, you will see a lot of errors in his perspective. And it's just like, it's not because he's like wasn't able to draw it properly. No, it's just because like artist process itself required to make mistakes. You just cannot make it correct on 100%. Because it's by definition kind of, you cannot make it correct. Because if you will make it correct, okay, then it's like you're competing with a 3D model. So let's say you're making 3D perspective drawing, you want to make it 100% correct. Then it's losing kind of it's became pointless, because if you it's being precise, it's so important for you, then just use 3D software. Just make 3D model, make screenshot or stuff like that, you know. So difference between making 3D like on a computer and drawing 3D, like imitation of 3D by hand, is that you accept fact that you will draw always wrong. It must be mistakes. So professional artists, like master artists like Kim Jong-gi, he embracing this fact, and he know how to make mistakes. This kind of like difference. If like amateur beginner artists, he try to make everything correct, and he make a lot of accidental mistakes. So it's just like random mistakes, like occasionally appear here and there. He not controlling them. Master artist, he control mistakes. So he kind of like have priorities, like hierarchy of goals inside his drawing. So he say like, okay, like this part should be precise, should be correct, like maximum correct. But rest should be very loose. It can be a lot of like wobbling. It can be even like get like off perspective completely. Because you need this space for error in your work. You're just not able to make everything correct. So you can just study closely, you will see. It's like ellipses not perfect, maybe like axis, like this, you know, convergent lines not always match. A lot of kind of can call it mistakes in his perspective. And this also is kind of like a part of artist style. It's how he make mistake. It's like where you choose to make mistake, because it shows where is your priority. So like me, I've been drawing like about 20 years. I've been drawing like environments from real life, from observation, like city streets and stuff like this. And first, when we studied perspective in art college, and I was make like first drawings of interiors, exteriors, all the stuff. It was like, you know, like a always frustration and kind of pain, because it's so hard to make it correct. It's like you feel like how it's impossible to reach this proper perspective. in your drawing when you need to, draw this like real thing on a paper, and you need to calculate all this perspective, and it's like always so much pain with this stuff. Until I was realize, it's just like, okay, I can forgive myself if I do mistake with perspective, but I need to make sure my drawing just looks cool. So I go outside, I want to draw this like city view, this building or something. And the reason why I wanted to draw, because I think it's awesome, right? I think like, wow, this looks so cool. I want to express this perception, kind of. I want to express this vision in my work. So this is my goal, not to demonstrate extra class of perspective knowledge, It's like, oh, look, I know perspective so great, everything. Like, look, all perspective is correct in my drawing. No, I decide like I want my goal is to be about make sure it delivers this kind of energy, this drive of actual view of this place. And when I decide this is my priority, it helped me to draw. It's like help me to. It's relieve me from this perfectionism and help me to draw a lot, because I just can enjoy process and I enjoy result, because it was never perfect perspective, but in the most cases it was very cool drawings. I was like happy. Mostly I was happy with result. So, and then on the go, like you gain in mileage and you adjust quality of your work. You try and make perspective better. You try and be more detailed, more nuanced. But first, of course, you need to make sure you can draw a lot. You just need to keep drawing. It's like your boat need to move at first. Then you can turn it, like fix your direction where you sailing to, kind of. So, and it's always like somebody can like look at my drawing, say like, hey, look here mistake, there mistake, and you can go look Kim Jong-gi work and say like, hey, here he make wrong, here he make not perfect, kind of here mistake. Why everybody so much love his work? No, it's always somebody will be like this. So don't be kind of captured by this. It's not important. So maybe it sounds like paradox, but I hope it's logic here for you. It's like, yeah, you need grammar, you need to be literate, but it's a tool, it's your tool, it's not your goal. You draw not to demonstrate your skill, you use skill to share kind of your passion, to share your inspiration, share something like what touch your heart. I don't know, something what is inspire you or make your life meaningful, kind of, right? So it's like, hey, look, this kind of stuff exists, it's amazing, so you want to share it in your work, and you use grammar, you use techniques as a tool to do this. So sometimes artists like can stuck with it and forgets. It's like, it's not about you. It's not about you, like, look at me, I can draw. No, it's about your message, what you want to say. Like, when you show, like, you notice something, right? They will say, like, oh, it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing happening right now. And you point at this thing. You say, like, hey, everybody, look here. It's so amazing, right? And you want people see, people look where you pointing at. You're showing them something, and right? So you want people look there. You want their attention go there. You don't want them look at you. It's like, or look at your hand, you know. It's like, wow, he's so amazing. He can see so many stuff. No, it's not about you. It's about what you want to show, what you want to say. So all this, like, personal brand, um, being famous or whatever, all this is just like specific of a commercial world kind of necessity. Like professional stuff. But if you're really passionate person, like if you really love what you do, you no, at least, like, I talking from my example, kind of like, I always enjoy most when people can share my they can share my passion. So they look my work and they understand what it's about. You know, they understand, like, what is cool about this. And I don't care, like, what they think about me. Like, they say, you know, so congratulations, your exhibition, you're so amazing. Like, I don't care, like, me amazing or whatever. Just, I hope you really got kind of this drive kind of in my work, which I want to show you. So here, number 3, it's called extreme high angle, or I like to call it also like a security camera. Security camera angle. I hope I write angle right. And yeah, it's angle, not angel. Yeah, you're welcome to Nikki. So, security camera angle. Typically, it's like we have y and z axis will be like in convergent, and x axis is just straight horizontal lines. So let's say, and it's also kind of like 45 angle. It's just how it's different from bird view. It's this security camera angle. Usually it will be more about interiors, so it's like elevator. You see security camera, elevator. That's kind of like a close up. Or here is like hip kind of frame. So it's like, if bird view, it's some kind of like wide shot when you can see some exterior, or usually outdoors, some like panorama kind of. Then security camera is more close frames usually. So let's see this kind of good example. So y-axis will be convergent, kind of this, and also in this kind of camera angle, this kind of frame usually is no vanishing points. So this is y-axis, this is z-axis, like this, and x-axis just horizontal, like this. Так. So this I already drew yesterday. Так. This I already drew. Now let's just draw this one kind of. It's in Akira very often in this angle. Так, let's see. That's vertical lines. And this Z axis. So here vertical and Z merging. It's the same line here, just straight line. So Y, Z, and X. So you see, you can draw whatever character you want here. It's just like visual trope. So, like, if you have like your favorite genre, like you want to draw action comic books, for example, you can make this kind of research of action movies or action comic books and study what kind of frame there. It's like typical kind of frames, and this will be your visual vocabulary, because then you will have like a very big library of visual language which you can be more fluent with, like when you start to think in your mind about like how to visualize, you will have already this like big library of interesting frames, way to like camera angles, like how to show like characters in a frame and stuff like this. Так, so let's see. this just made up character. Some lady on an oversized jacket. With a max. Yes, AI kills motivation in young artists. What will be your advice? I think AI is just like take jobs of average artists, and you as a creator, you need to think more about making your own individual work. So it's like not being just hired hand, who's like don't. You should to have your own ideas, your own vision, because what AI can do, AI just will do some kind of technical work, like make me some like 20 variations of like firearm designs for my computer game, or like draw me logo or stuff like this, when it's where is not personal vision needed. So it's kind of like a fever website will be lost. A lot of artists will lost jobs there, I think. So all this kind of like technical artist projects will be took by AI. But what is real art? Real art is about your vision, your ideas. So, kind of how to say, it's like, let's say two people conversation, right? Imagine you talk with someone and he only think about how to respond to you. So he think what kind of answer he should do, what kind of question he should ask you. He don't have personal opinion, he don't have vision, he don't have personal experience. He just have some techniques and goal for you, like he want to use you for something. And this all the reason why he speak with you, just to satisfy you or manipulate you, So we don't need this kind of conversations, right? You will say like, oh my god, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't want to talk with this guy. It's like pointless. Same AI, like AI don't have human experience. So AI cannot share its feelings like from human life. And this what main quality of artists, it's you sharing your own experience, you're sharing your vision, communicate you communicate with people. It's like a conversation, it's like a dialogue. So people look at your work and they look something what you want to say, what you want to share. So if you work on became like author, like a author with your own ideas, with your own vision, then I believe AI cannot take your job. That's kind of, I don't know, hope it's inspirational. So yeah, so just be like this like Japanese manga artist, who have his own story. And you draw your own story. You have your own message. You have your own vision. This will be your kind of your feature, which AI cannot have. Because even, let's say, even if we will have this like a general AI, which can be like, seems it will happen, right? So it's like AI will be like smarter than people, and maybe even like became like get some individuality. I'm still not sure if this is kind of possible conceptually, but let's say if it will be aware kind of and say like, okay, I am a person, kind of digital person. Still, it will be kind of robot stuff. It's like AI will have its own AI problems, and people don't care much about AI life, and the AI still will not able to know what is be like what is actual experience, what you have. Because it's more than just data. It's not just like, oh, I look here, I look there, and here's some data in my brain. No, it's like a miracle. It's impossible to encapsulate what is happening kind of in the world. It's like miracle of existence kind of. And everybody has their own perspective. It's just like as a human beings, we have more and less similar perspective because our anatomy is similar kind of. So, and we will need to see these perspectives, these insights from other humans, not from robots. So robot will be more I think maybe even if like robot will make art, it will be something like a drug or like another form of computer game, like virtual reality computer game. So like we still have oil paintings. We will have this like traditional art and artists who draw by hands. It's just something like will never cease to exist. So like let's say for example like I was first time watch Red Dead Redemption game, and it's like, oh my god, it's so incredible. Like picture, it's like oil painting in a virtual reality. It's like colors, everything like amazing. And you think after this, like I will never able to make something so great. Because here is like thousands of people, like $1 million being in a budget to make this stuff. And me, I'm just one guy, right? Like I cannot compete with this thing. I will never able to make such kind of perfect and shiny kind of thing. And then I realized, yeah, why am I compare computer game to traditional art? It's like a movie. It's movie. People go to cinema to watch movies, and art is art. Visual art is visual art. It's like they exist, they coexist, they're parallel. It's like it's not so mainstream like before, but it's still important. here is still kind of necessary, and people feel value in this stuff. Yeah, like imagine another example, like what is difference between AI creativity kind of and human creativity. Just imagine like you for example, mother singing song for her children. This it's thing on itself. You cannot substitute this. Nothing will be better than this. Nothing. Robot cannot pretend to be mother, and you cannot like took robot for your mother kind of. And there is like a lot of there's like quality in a phenomenon itself. It's like you can sing in a bar, you can sing on some like restaurant, on a performance, on a wedding, or whatever, some kind of like festival, and there you can like your mother, for example, and you sing for your children, or your father, you sing for your children. It's just absolutely kind of invaluable thing. It's it's like a river, like a sunset, something like this. Like, yeah, you can buy gold, you can have like diamonds, drugs, and whatever, but sunset always will be. It's always valuable, and it's kind of like important forever. I don't know what I mean. I hope. Yeah, or let's say another example. Let's say children. Yeah. Oh, maybe robot will have. Yeah, we can make like robot look like a children. We can make like kawaii robots, but it doesn't mean it will be better than children. It's impossible. So same, like you cannot substitute art. Nothing will be better than real art. It's just impossible by definition. Because it's not just about pretty pictures or like realism. No, it's like a very essential phenomenon. It's like a very delicate um, it's like a very delicate form of conversation, like very nuanced form of conversation, of delivering message. Yeah. So, and maybe like most realistic point here, it's like I say, AI will be just hack our brains, so it will able to create like perfect experience. So it'll be just like a drugs, but in a virtual reality. You kind of like take this virtual reality goggles, and it will like bombard your brain with visual stimulus, and it was like, wow, I just cannot stop watching this stuff. So here's subtle high angle. And yeah, feature of subtle high angle is like, if we talk about angle, here. So down is 90 degree, then here is 45, and subtle camera angle, some kind of this, or even maybe even straight sometimes. Yeah, it can be straight. It's just with a subtle high angle. It's usually it's like 1 point perspective, and we have horizon line on the upper quarter of frame. So here we have the vanishing point. X just parallel to horizon line. And Y can be just vertical lines or can be converged like this, kind of without vanishing point in the frame, something like this. So in this kind of camera angle, it's just about relation to character. So its mean horizon line will be above characters, even slightly, but above. So if we have like closer, farther. See, so like here, you see it's like vanishing point, horizon line, above all these three characters. Kind of here, yeah, I think here too. No, it's like Bateau eye level. Yeah, some Bateau eye level here. This one. So this one, it's horizon line about here. So we have one character in the frame and the horizon line like slightly above him, above his head. So yeah, maybe I choose this one. So with this like panic about AI, I think we just can see what people understand by art. Because if we take like, if art is just entertainment, then we don't need AI. There is a lot of entertainment that can beat art already. Like again, let's say if talking about legal is computer games, parties. If art is like commodity. Same. It's a lot of competition with art. Have a lot of different commodity. You can just buy gold. So eventually, art I will call is something like essential part of people life. Kind of somebody will always need to do it, and somebody will always need to draw. So in even like more, let's say less popular it will be, more valuable real artist will be. Because like if now like everybody will like frightened by AI and so like, oh, I don't want to study perspective, oh, I need to learn drawing if you can just push a button. Okay, so there will be just less artists who can actually draw, so then it will make you more valuable. It will make your work more kind of more rare. So for young artists, I will say as this. It's just if you will really able to draw something yourself, this will be your difference from most of people. And you can also watch some interview. I watch interview with some like Disney artists, and they talk that like right now when they're doing 3D animation, there is still 2D animation, very important part of the process. Because before you make 3D, they making 2D layouts and 2D, like storyboards for animation. So they make like 2D animation to compose movement, because if you don't have 2D drawing before 3D, 3D will look too stiff. So they need actually artists who are able to draw animation in 2D. And then he say like, okay, these artists who work with 3D, like design 3D characters and stuff, animate 3D characters. It's always big difference between artists who able to draw by hand on like just on the paper, like who able to draw figure, anatomy, all this stuff, and artists who don't have these traditional skills. This is always very visible, big difference. And maybe last, my kind of argument for being artist and study art, it's just like you need to fall in love on this thing. You should really, in one moment, you get this connection, deep connection with this process, and you realize you just cannot live without this. It's not important what happened in their AI, World War III, like Terminator Rising, meteorite attack. Whatever will happen, you still will need to draw. You just like, you cannot find anything better for yourself as an activity kind of. So I have this kind of feeling when I was in a school. Every time when abandoned drawing, my life just became like gray and pointless. It's just like, oh my god, like I don't know what I'm living for. Life so, because everything's so bad, you know. Life is so confusing, frustrating, and you don't know what is all for. But when I draw, okay, everything makes sense. So it's literally like a water for a fish. Without this, you cannot live. So, and similar to overhead, there is kind of angle called straight up, where camera is looking up like this. So we have, instead of vertical y vanishing point below, we have y vanishing point above, called zenith. So it's camera 90-degree looking up. So let's see. Okay, let's hit 10-second break. Так. 10-second break.
Let's love together! Push like, subscribe, keep on art. Keep on art. Keep on art. Let's love together! Push like, subscribe, keep on art, keep on art, keep on art. Keep on art.
Made some tea. Okay, yeah, so straight up, like overhead. So, straight up. So like an overhead, we have y vanishing point. It can be in the center or it can be above, whatever. Just like y vanishing point is present in the frame. And then x and z is just parallel lines without converging. They can be like this or can be tilted, but it's important to maintain kind of this angle, 90-degree angle between them. So they're like perpendicular to each other, X and Z. So and the camera in this case is looking up 90-degree. And this Y vanishing point above, it's called zenith. So here we have this frame where Kusanagi jumping on the roof. So let's see. Yeah, vanishing point is kind of here, like very above on the picture. So let's see. Like here. So this will be Y vanishing point. Then I can look for X. X here we can see is tilted like this. This direction of X axis. And Z axis, it's this billboards in this like you see. Even here we can see it's like a Z axis. So that's it. It's a perspective grid for this shot here. And it's like you can do many variations with it. You can move vanishing points as zenith here, here, or whatever. You can draw this X and Z in also kind of rotate in a different angle. But it's like main structure is this. And I recommend like draw a couple pictures in this perspective. You can find in your favorite movies. Like here I have like Pet Labor straight up. It's like a sky. No, it's not. It's just like a sky view. But in the Pet Labor I have here's like overhead view. We'll do another tutorial talking about Pet Labor perspective. So yeah, it's just like a building here. Then we have character jumping. I will also like little change her placement. Так. So she's jumping like this. Some windows. Can draw some like movement lines or something like this. Because here is not animation, I can use some action lines to make it look like a movement. So it's more look like she's jumping. kind of this. Так. So then we have ground level. Ground level. It's like we have conversion y-axis, conversion upward, and also it's like a most classical ground level. It's when we have ground like this or like this. So here it's kind of combine like a ground level or warm level. So let's do here. Let's go. Slash warm view. So classical ground level, it's when like similar to subtle high angle, we have horizon line, but not on a upper quarter, but on a lower quarter. So this like classical ground level will be like this. So we have horizon line within frame on a very low part. So and then there is Z vanishing point can be in the center or anywhere on the horizon line. Let's say here. So this is Z vanishing point. Y-axis can converge vertically or can be just vertical lines. So let's make it convergent like this. And x-axis just parallel to horizon line. So most kind of typical example, it's in Akira. So you see here, it's a ground line. This, yeah, like this one. So we have this horizon line on the ground, like a camera leaning on the ground. And here, like vanishing point, Z vanishing point about here. So you see how everything going far to this vanishing point. Then we have here y-axis, vertical lines, they're just parallel without conversion. And x, like this, like x-axis. So same here. Again, we have like horizon line on the ground. So everybody walking on the ground, walking on the horizon line. It's like typical ground level. But then, like variation of this ground level, it's warm view. So warm view, it's kind of same thing, but we don't have horizon line within frame. So warm view. Same kind of like have vertical line conversion up, and x-axis can be just horizontal like this, parallel to picture, or we can also make it like two vanishing point kind of perspective with the z and x going like this. So it's like most common upshot camera angle. So if like warm view it's like 45 angle, then ground view is just camera, like somebody drop camera on the ground. So camera just leaning on the ground and have this like field of view showing something up above ground in the frame. So we have here Kusanagi standing like this. Then this one like very cool frame. Так. So you see, it's like it's all same this kind of perspective grid. Так, first, it's all this kind of perspective grid, just like different variations. Sometimes y-axis don't have convergence, just parallel vertical lines. Sometimes it's convergence here, like this. Так, this guy. So here convergent vertical axis, then look at this billboards, it's a z axis. And x axis just like this. So it's always x, y, z. Так, no, it's compose him here. My frame more narrow, more wide. Space. So then we have knee level, hip level, and shoulder level. So knee level, it's when horizon line or camera level, like camera H, on the H of character knees. So you see like here or here, like if you follow this convergence. So notice kind of like here is like about thigh, middle of the thigh, but kind of about knee. Same here. Horizon level about knee H. And sometimes even when horizon line not within frame, but we can say it's like camera level is on a character knee level. So like here, yeah, it's like horizon line. It's right on the edge of this picture or little outside below kind of this picture, this frame. Same here. Somewhere like little below. Here it's kind of horizon line about knee H. So it's kind of a character relation to character. So now let's choose. Let's do this one. Yeah, so let's make together. So same all these four type of angle. It's like it can be on a knee level horizon line, on hip level, like here. It's kind of about hip level, shoulders level, like here, here, here. So horizon line on the shoulder level and horizon line on the eye level of a character. So this one. Yeah, so see if we continue. It's kind of here will be horizon line. Like kind of here. This one. His eye level. This one. Little change hand angle here. Hello, Constantinos. Hello, Martin. Yeah, I will keep it public in this stream. So yeah, so it's just like 10 type of shots, and maybe it's like very cool exercise for improving your visual storytelling kind of skills. It's just every week you can draw this 10 type of angles. So just you can draw whatever, just let's see, just random images from your head, or you can find some reference which will align with this particular angle. Important is just to train your brain to have this variety of angles and have clear practice this like sequence clarity of how to draw these angles. So you understand structure. You not just copy visual. You need to do it with kind of like grow it based on the underlying structure. Так, keep level. So, let's see. Well, so here, let's make some vehicle. See, it's a taxi. Так. Shoulder lap. Yeah. So the vanishing point here. The current eye level. So it's like you see vanishing here. So there. So kind of this 10 main type of camera angle. Here, example of a pattern, like what kind of perspective pattern, perspective grid for drawing such angle. Also, you can watch first part of a video, yesterday's stream. So I recommend you make this practice. Do this like every week, just 10 drawings of these 10 different angles. If you're a member of this channel, you can join my Discord and you can share your homework in Discord. We can discuss it. I can give you feedback if you want. Yeah. So also invite for everyone who wants to support channel can become my member or send like super thanks or just write comment and share video. This also will be great support because I love to read comments. It's kind of, make this real people communication instead of just me talking with YouTube. I will see as like how other people watch my video, like what you're interested in, just any feedback or requests, any questions. So if you write comment, it's also support channel, help it to be more visible on YouTube. So kind of this. See you in the next tutorials.
Madness. This is Gene Bond Art.